Msakhan in our new video. If this is your first time watching us, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Also, if you like the content of this video, like and share and put in a comment on what would you like to see next. Also, we have an offer for you. If this video gets more than 250 likes, we are gonna make another video for me eating, guess what? Chocolate hummus. So come on, share it, like it, and get it to have 250 and more likes if you would like to see that interesting video. So if you've ever been blessed by visiting the Holy Land, Palestine, the first thing that you will notice is that you will see olive trees all over the place. Wherever you go, you will see olive trees in the mountains, in the fields, on the lands, everywhere. An olive tree is like the bride of the Palestinian people. They are considered like family, and if God forbid anything happened to their olive trees, it's like a devastating tragedy. So in the olive harvesting season, it's like a big festival. The whole family go to the land, the elderly, the men, the women, and the kids, they go all and participate in this harvesting season. Until now, olives are being picked manually, by hand, by the Palestinians. And at the end of the festival or the harvesting season, they all celebrate by making a very yummy, authentic Palestinian meal that every component in it comes from that holy ground. The onions, the sumac, the wheat, and of course, the olive oil. It's Msakhan. Msakhan comes from the word taskheen. Taskheen means reheat. So to make Msakhan, every component is cooked or baked separately, and they are all assembled together and then put in the oven to reheat together, and for each component to take or absorb the flavor from the other components. This actually originated in the villages around the Tulkarem and Jenin cities in Palestine, and from there it spread to the rest of the country, and from Palestine to Jordan and other people. Today we're gonna make Msakhan the way our grandmothers and great-grandmothers and great-great-grandmothers made it and do it, and our people started doing it in Palestine, starting from the bread, the authentic way, and up to that delicious meal. So we're gonna start by making the bread dough. Here I have 3.5 cups of whole wheat flour and 1.5 cup of all-purpose white flour. We need to add the white flour to the whole wheat just to make the bread more stretchy and flexible. So for this, we're gonna be adding 1 tablespoon of yeast. Because it's summer and hot, we just need 1 tablespoon. If it's winter and the weather is cold, just add like another tablespoon, but for now it's good. And we're gonna put 1 tablespoon of salt. I'm gonna mix. And then I'm gonna be adding the water. Here we need a soft, little bit sticky dough, not like soft, like softer and stickier than the pita bread or the fatayr if you're making fatayr. Here we need like a softer dough. So we're gonna be adding warm water and then just start mixing. Add more. You need more water. So you need to add your water gradually. You don't want to dump all of your water because flour depends from type to the other, place to the other, so you don't know how much water your flour will need. So do it gradually, keep mixing and kneading until you get to the right consistency. Just a little bit, just a little bit. So this is the consistency that we want for the dough. It's sticky. So we're gonna cover it and leave it until it doubles in size. So maybe like an hour or so. And then get back with the next step. So now we're gonna prepare the chicken. Here I have 2 whole chicken cut into pieces, like each chicken is cut into 8 pieces. This is thoroughly washed, cleaned, salt and vinegar, cinnamon and salt, so it looks clean and smells really good. So now we're gonna do like the dressing or the marination of the chicken. So here I have 1/4 of a cup of lemon juice, and I'll be adding olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, around another like 1/3 of a cup to 1/2 of a cup. And for that, I'll be adding like 1/4 of a teaspoon of cloves. Around 1 teaspoon of cardamom, one teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/4 of a teaspoon of nutmeg, 1 teaspoon of allspice, half a teaspoon or 3/4 of a teaspoon of turmeric, and then I have 1 teaspoon of pepper and 2 teaspoons of salt. And I'm gonna get the sumac, of course. So we're going to be adding around 2 teaspoons of sumac. Mix all of this together. And I'm going to spread all of this on the chicken pieces. Just getting a lot. And I'll wrap the chicken with all this marination and everything to be like inside and out. I'm gonna put this in a preheated oven on like 370 degrees for maybe an hour and a half. Until the chicken is done. You can check the chicken when and it's done when it's like the internal temperature is 165 degrees Fahrenheit. So now I have the dough ready. You can see it's sticky. Now we're gonna cut it into balls. And here I have a pan or a tray covered with whole wheat flour. I'm gonna cut the dough into balls and put those balls in here. Here I sprinkled more of the whole wheat flour on top of the dough balls. And here I have a plastic, a flexible cutting board. This is new, I haven't used this before. So what I'm gonna use is I'm gonna spread the bread bowl on it, and I'm gonna use it to transfer the bread to the oven. So I'm gonna sprinkle some of the flour here. Then I'm gonna so here I'm spreading the dough ball as thin as you can, and then you can do this so it will spread it even thinner. And then I have my oven really hot, and I put rocks on the bottom so I can put the bread on top of the rocks to cook. Here we're gonna start cooking the onions. So I have a pot here heating, and I'm gonna add a good amount of extra virgin olive oil, like to cover the bottom of the pot and a little bit more. And then I have here 10 medium to large onions diced, and I'm gonna add them to the oil once it's hot. So I'm gonna wait just to make sure that the oil is hot. I'm gonna put the onions, and I'm gonna let the onion cook without anything, no seasoning, no salt, nothing, just the onions and the oil until you see the onion reduce in size. Mix till all the onion is covered with the olive oil. Of course, you need to control the quantity of the onion depending on how many loaves of bread you're gonna make. So if you have, like, you're cooking Msakhan for a crowd, you need to count for the onions, and also keep in mind that the onions will reduce much in size once cooked, so you need to account for that too. I'm gonna leave the onion on like medium-high heat, and every couple of minutes I'm gonna come and stir until the onion is soft and cooked, and then we're gonna come back. So as you can see now, the onions has reduced in size and it's yellow and nice, so we're ready to season it. We're not gonna put too much seasoning, just some salt, like a couple of teaspoons, and some pepper, and a little bit of allspice. That's it, because the star here is the sumac. Gonna mix all of this together. And we're gonna leave this for like an extra 2 to 3 minutes to cook, and then it should be ready. Now I'm ready to assemble the msakhan. I have the onions, the chicken, the bread, sumac, bread, and then I'm gonna immerse it in the onions this way. Make sure that the bread takes the flavor and the oil from all sides. Then put it in the tray. Put onions on the top. Sprinkle sumac generously, and then repeat. Then you start putting the chicken pieces. And then this will go back to the oven to reheat or يتسخن, so it will earn the name Msakhan, for like 10 minutes or so. Everything will reheat together. All components will absorb the flavors of other components, and it will be extremely delicious.